Hey guys, Evan Ork here, back in another video. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Bandai Godzilla 1955 figure. So this is a reissue of the memorial box that came out around late 2023. I was worried I wasn't going to get it in time for Christmas, but voila, I did, and we're going to review it right now. So when it comes to the pros of this figure, my favorite thing that I like about it is the detail. Detail on this figure is pretty good because it really does resemble the 1955 Godzilla design. The 1955 Godzilla design gets a lot of hate. It's actually in my top 5 favorite. I don't know why, I just like it. It's more of a slimmer Godzilla, but it looks more kind of like this flimsy monster a little bit. I mean, I know we would like to equate Godzilla as being a strong kaiju, but this is a little bit of a unique change in comparison to the other designs. So when it comes to the detail, we have the kind of scaly skin pattern that goes all over the body, with the exception of the front where it's more smooth. Spine detail is pretty average, and facial detail is very accurate to the 1955 design. I originally wanted to get the memorial box of this guy, but I figured as soon as this came out, I would just get this instead, and it was a pretty good choice because the detail really does resemble the original 1955 design. That being said, let's get into the next thing about this figure. So when it comes to the next thing about this figure, it is the articulation, which is a solid average on this figure. So the articulation on this is 4 joints, which is the least amount of joints a Bandai should have. You have the arms that go 360, the legs that go 360 as well, and that's really it. That's the extent to which there's articulation. So it's just a solid average because it's the least amount of joints you should have. I honestly believe Bandai should have way more. Let's get into the next thing about this figure. The next thing I like about this figure is the paint job, which is also a purely solid average because it really doesn't stand out in any capacity. It's really just one gray color, more of a maybe light gray on the spines here, which is shaded in. Not as well as I would have hoped it would, but I won't count that as a con. So yeah, the color is just a primary gray with some light and dark shades of it going on all across the figure. Now you can't do much of that because that really is just mimicking what the actual design looks like, but of course this means there would be no booming colors, and that being said, I just think the paint job is just solid average. Let's get into the cons of this figure. When it comes to the cons of this figure, there is really only one con, which is a mix of a primary con and a nitpick here. That is the articulation. Now, similar to the -1 Godzilla review that I did last week, there are 4 joints of articulation at the very least, but I still think it should count as a con that it could have had way more. So as I already pointed out, we have the 2 arms that move as well as the 2 legs. There is a glue seal on the tail, just like the -1, and again, really annoying and unnecessary because that could have been a joint. And similar to the -1, they also could have had the head have been a joint. That would have been 6 joints of articulation. It would have made the articulation higher of a pro. So again, it's just more of something that they could have done to make the articulation better. It's not that the articulation is bad. If it was bad, then I would have just given it as its own con, but it has at least 4 joints, which is okay in my book. So all in all, I'd rate this figure a solid 9 out of 10. It is pretty good. I don't imagine the memorial box being that much better. Perhaps maybe the vinyl is better quality, but it really is the same as the memorial box, I imagine. So if you're looking for the memorial box, let's get this instead, especially since it's going up in price too, because I bet you in 2 years it'll probably be just as much as the memorial box. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this figure review. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later, and bye-bye.